This blue dot's going on the air. Looks like he's going everywhere. With his pet Jenny and his blue dot family. Travis is his tech guy. Put that blue dot in the sky. On his first Naruto run. Looked like this blue dot was having fun. He is not a mouse. Moved from the shop to the house with Marsha and his clan. This blue dot is the man. Travis is his tech guy. Put that blue dot in the sky. Looked like he was having fun. Looked like this blue dot is gonna run. He likes to say every day in his own special way. Are you shitting me? And he loves his blue dot family. We love John, he is the man. And we love this special clan. We are a blue dot family. And we like to
How y'all doing? Uh-oh. Am I on?
Yeah.
I can't hear me. Got the, there you go. There I am. How y'all doing this evening? It is Tuesday. It is time for our family meeting. I'm glad to see Pepsi Max jump in. Oddly Wired, thank you, darling, for coming by. Joey Peters, I see Stephanie Dean up there. Linda Calabro. Randy Kervin, how you doing, buddy? Bill Jones and Valerie Wood. How y'all doing? Hey, there's Grim just popped in down there. Rand Paul's just another wiener in the... I'm telling you, baby, I'm about to get to that, too. I hope y'all had a good Monday, got through all that shit, and your Tuesday went good. I hope so. And here we are. We're starting the roller coaster all the way down the road here with today's news with Gordon Sondland. He's the ambassador to the European Union. Actually, he's the guy that paid $1 million to Donnie for his inauguration campaign and paid for that ambassadorship, because that's the way it happens, baby. You got a lot of money? You can be ambassador. But he got his ass wrapped up in a bunch of shit when he went into Congress and testified. And then all of a sudden, Volker came by and testified, and all of a sudden, Sondland's going like, oh, shit. Now I remember. What's up? Oh, look at there. Let there be light. And Travis flipped the switch. Yep. He came out. He says, now I recall. I now recall. I remember now. Yeah, you remember it because now he's in there in a crack trying to get his ass out from a perjury charge. And that's exactly what's up with him. That's what he's doing right now, his addendum to his testimony. He changed his testimony and said outright that the security of Ukraine was dependent upon the president, Zelensky, publicly announcing that there was an investigation into the Bidens. That's what this is all about. And now we have another asshole that has just put an asterisk next to his name. He wanted to pay $1 million, man. I was ambassador to EU. He can hang that on the wall, baby. That's an accomplishment. He can brag to all his other rich buddies. And now there you are, with an asterisk next to it saying, yeah, you were a scumbag and you lied to Congress. And now you're in there going to try to cover it all up. But he recalled, he said, during a meeting with Zelensky and Mike Pence. Oh, yeah, I remember that now. I forgot all about that meeting between the vice president of our country and the president of the Ukraine. I don't think so. I don't think that slipped your memory. Pretty big event, I would say. And oh, by the way, it puts Mike Pence right there at the scene of the crime. Again. He gets no pass, baby. But now he remembers he directly told Zelensky's aide that no aid will come until there is a public statement. It's extortion, baby. That's all that is. Quid pro quo my ass. You don't have to use Greek. Hell, use English. Extortion, bribery. That's exactly what it is. That's what they're involved in. That's what the Republican Party has become. I don't know where their head is nowadays. It's not where they always said it was. We defend the Constitution. We love America. We support the troops. All that kind of bullshit that the right has spread for so many years is a pile of bullshit with them. They don't mean it. None of them. And as was just pointed out, that Rand Paul yesterday up in Kentucky trying to help, I guess, Matt Bevins win the governorship there today. I saw the clip of him standing on that stage looking like a what? A scumbag, a little coward? Is that what you did? Calling out that the media should release the name of the whistleblower. This is a sitting United States senator calling for the outing of a whistleblower. Oh, John, that's nothing. They do it all. You damn right they do. It's disgusting. This little prick of a man wants to stand up there when he knows there are federal laws protecting whistleblowers. And at this point, what does it matter with a whistleblower? Hell, we got everybody else. We got the ambassadors talking. We got every advisor you had talking. Everybody knows what's going on. We don't need your stinking ass no more. But they want that name. They want it so they can beat it like a dead horse, like they can attach the Mueller report to Hillary colluding with the Russians or some shit, or the Steele dossier. It's all a conspiracy. It's always been a conspiracy ever since Donnie got in the ring. It was the never Trumpers. They're always after me. It's a wonder the man hasn't gone plumb ass nuts. But it's not the man I'm worried about, baby. We can handle his ass. We can remove his ass. We can vote his ass out at last resort, if nothing else. But it's the party. It's the Republican Party that has demonstrated to the extent to which they will lower themselves, to the extent that they're gonna use our government as some kind of extortion ring to get foreign governments to make sure Republicans stay in power. What does that bring us? That they can take that power and use it. What are they thinking? I guarantee you, if Obama had done this, or any future Democratic president were to try to do this shit and sell this crap the way they're trying to sell it, it wouldn't stand in their world, baby. So it doesn't stand in the real world, our world. It's abuse of power. It's using our country, using the lives of our allies in the Ukraine, in Syria, using their lives as some political gameship that they're playing. Donald Trump was willing to let the Ukrainians who are fighting Putin, fighting them, a shooting war, baby, trying to maintain their border. And this little prick of a president that we have played with their lives. But it makes no difference to him. Are you shitting me? He walked out from the Kurds. Let them fight it out like kids on a schoolyard. It means nothing to him. Lives mean nothing to him. Kids in cages? Yes, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Meeting with the Russians right down to meeting with the Turkey, Erdogan. Make some deal there. Donnie's got properties, baby. You know, when you take a look at everything that's happening. It makes you sad, is what it does when you stay on top of this stuff every day and you see the corruption, the bad faith that our government now projects. Who in the world would want to do business with the United States with this prick in office? He'll stab you in the back in a heartbeat. You got to do something. You got to give him some kind of payoff before you get the aid that you want. And Lord have mercy if you're a shithole country. Just give it up, baby. It ain't going to happen. This racist asshole is just that way. Reality, baby. But it's not him. It's not him. It's the party that allows it to continue. And how much longer the Republican senators, as I continue to say, will be forced to defend the undefensible. You can't indefensible. You can't defend that shit. It's an outright crime. And those cracks are going to come, baby. I wholeheartedly believe that. Anyway, the Second and Court of Appeals said Donnie has to release his taxes. Bill Jones, you're right, baby. Oh, he's gonna appeal it again until it goes all the way to Supreme Court. It doesn't matter. This shit's gonna come out. Everything's gonna come out. His taxes are gonna come out, and everybody's gonna know he's a broke dick sucker and ain't got no money. He owes everybody to kingdom come. But what will show is he's a cheat. He's a liar. He's a thief. He sold out his country for payola from Russia, from Saudi Arabia, where Kirchner gets his funds to save his ass. We're not in this club, baby. We're the working poor down here. We're not involved in high dealing and fancy trips to foreign countries, but I'm sure glad I'm not, because I wouldn't want to be exposed to this kind of shit on a world stage. Talking about a world stage, first person I want to talk to tonight. I'm glad you're out of the hospital there, Dave. Aussie Dave, buddy, how are you?
Oh, mate, good. Really, really good.
Don't be doing that shit no more. Okay.
I'll behave.
Please
Dad,
do.
Dad, I will be a good boy.
There you go.
Right?
We are glad to have your voice back, but more important, we're glad that you're just healthy. Are you healthy now? Or getting that way?
Yes, no, I'm 99.9.
Well, there you go. Working on that last point.
It's better than being 39 like Donald Trump.
Yes, that's true, buddy. That's true. Well, we're just tickled to death. Velda kept us all updated on your condition and everything going on. We appreciate Velda so much for that. But we missed you, buddy. We missed your voice coming around. So
you did have a lot of things happening in America. And let me tell you, I wish that 39% could come to Australia and just sit and watch TV here. There's no Fox over here.
Right.
And read our newspapers for 1 week. And they will travel back to America and there'll be 0%. Because from here you can see the real big picture. Yeah. As the accusations toward the Bidens, how it turned out to be nothing, then now it's something. And the something is nothing. And they want to indict Biden, but they don't want to indict Trump for the same crime that they're accusing Biden's of, and it's so hickledy-pickledy. It's I want to be the bad boy, but there's only room for one bad boy.
Yeah.
And America's going backwards. The rest of the world's going forwards. When you sort your shit out, you're going to be so far behind. It'll take decades to catch up.
It's going to take a long time to repair the damage that this man has done. That's why we cannot.
It's a sad thing.
Yes, it is. And I want to pull out Chuckster 255. He religious at this stuff. Donated $5 through Super Chat, buddy. We appreciate the shit out of that. Chuckster has always come through with us, buddy. We appreciate that and your participation in our daily show. So, but Dave, we're just glad you're back. Dennis, how are you doing, buddy? How's your health doing? We got to check on everybody's health today.
How's it going, John?
I'm doing
all right. I'm hanging in there.
Are you? Your vitals are getting better?
Yeah, I got my truck fixed. It was cheap. It was less than $100, so I'm all good there.
Oh, outstanding!
That shit's over with.
Anything that comes in under $100 when you're talking about repairs, baby, you're blessed. you made it through. But I'm glad. So your day went all right.
Up until one of my aunts just came all out and said she was full-on Trump supporter today.
Well,
Oh, man.
sorry to hear that news. Well,
I was like, "You're kidding me."
yeah.
Because she's one of the aunts I kind of grew up with.
Right.
My mom's little sister, and
You
it
can't
was
talk.
tough to swallow. I was like,
It
"Are you
is.
kidding me?"
It is, because you don't want to talk bad about family. You just
Yeah.
don't.
I didn't engage, but I was like, I respect that other people have their opinions and all, but I can't say I wasn't disappointed
Yeah.
deeply.
Well, I'm the same way. Anytime I'm around any of our family, I try not to mention anything. I'm not going to be the one to fire the first salvo. If you shoot, you can expect to get shot back, but I try to tend to stay away from it so I don't, cause a family thing. But it's hard to deal with family, especially somebody you love and respect. And it's more disappointing than anything, that you're disappointed that person can't see what everybody else is seeing. And but yeah, it's all over the place, buddy. You had a big crowd last night in Kentucky. Everybody had on the read the transcript shirt. We need to come out with one Jen that says, "I read it. He's guilty." How are you, Jen?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Your day going okay?
Oh, yeah, just ducky.
Just ducky, me too. It's as best we can make it anyway.
I'm only getting fucked around a little bit by Medicare, but
Oh, no shit.
It should settle out eventually.
Ah, shit. Yeah, but it's the hassle you got to go to get something settled like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for some reason they don't like some of my heart medications, and so you don't need those.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like,
you don't
well,
need
them.
I might die without those.
Oh, Jen, you and I are in a similar situation right now.
I'm telling you.
What are they telling you? You can't have.
Well, they're telling me I gotta wait for my next doctor's appointment in like 2 weeks, and right now I'm off of all my blood pressure medications, so I feel like shit.
Yeah, it's he's doesn't have insurance right now.
No, I don't.
He's on it. He's on full pay by himself right now.
Yeah.
And so.
But I mean, they would be willing to give it to me, but they're saying, you got an appointment in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
so
2 weeks.
You can hold it out.
Yeah. Here, bite this bullet.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah,
don't eat a bunch of salt and don't take a bunch of caffeine.
Yeah, no, I had to cut caffeine out a long time ago.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I'm drinking some of yours.
What BP med are you on?
So I have lisinopril for blood pressure, and then I have propranolol for my part of my blood pressure, but mostly for my above average heart rate. It brings it down a little bit, and also does a lot of wonders for my anxiety. So yeah, I hear a lot of people actually take propranolol for even stage fright. So that's pretty. It's a pretty intense miracle drug.
That's a beta blocker.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the nasty words. Beta blocker. I don't like them words. Hi, Velda.
Yeah, well, I'm not
Hi.
on either of those. Right, offered keep you
Yeah.
held over.
Oh, well, I'll be.
I've got to renew Wayne's prescriptions of the same thing.
Really?
Yeah,
Jeez.
it's the normal cocktail.
That's,
Yeah.
What else can you say?
I gotta say though, the CBD, I took a smoke break earlier, and the CBD made me feel pretty normal for about an hour or two. So
Yeah, he got
I'm telling you, that stuff is.
got a CBD cigarettes.
Yeah. That's
It looked like a cigarette that's
What's
made
that?
out. Yeah, CBD. It's the only thing here in Texas you can legally buy.
What is it? Explain it to me, please.
It's
We don't-
it's
what
the
is it?
non.
Oh, it's all the rage here.
It's basically the part of the marijuana plant that's all the medicinal values and not the.
It's the CBD in the marijuana
Okay.
plant and not the THC. The THC is where you get your high, and
Yeah,
CBD.
well, yeah,
Makes you feel better.
I'll take the TH.
Yeah.
I'll take the TH, thanks.
Yeah, that's me. I'm getting a little bit of CBD in there, or they wouldn't be able to get it out in the first place. I remember my science classes. That's where you're getting it. That means I'm getting it. No, as a matter of fact, I took a puff off of it, and it did. I was surprised. I actually, felt Well, you can't say it was. I just felt a nice relaxation.
It helps me sleep,
yeah.
honestly. Like, if I know I got to get a good night's sleep, I'll smoke half of one, and it'll knock me out for the rest of the night. So,
Can I just say, during my illness, there was a lot of messages on more than a few on Facebook, but a lot on YouTube to me, wishing me good health, and I thank you for all those people. And today, there's people welcoming me back, and that's really warming, and I thank you for that.
Well, you're a prized member of this family. Like I said before, Dave, you got your own little following in this group. We always like to hear from you because you not only have a great voice, but it gives us the international perspective of what America's doing. And
Thank you.
We always appreciate that. Anytime we have one of our international friends drop by, it just tickles us to death because our family does travel a long way. And
it does. I mean,
does.
we haven't seen Hank for a while, have we?
No, we haven't seen what?
Hank.
Oh, Hank. No, Hank
Hank
hasn't been around in a little bit.
I haven't seen him post on Facebook either lately. That's.
Well, I hope he's
Me
all right.
neither.
I hope he's all right.
Yeah.
Velka came up with something the other day.
What's that?
Sister Velka.
It's called Blue Dot Political Hazard Waste Removal and Disposal Services, located globally, main office in Corpus Christi, Texas.
I love it. Say that again.
Blue Dot Political Hazard Waste Removal and Disposal Services Company, located in globally, main office in Corpus Christi, Texas.
I absolutely love it. That is cool. I'm gonna have to write that down somehow.
I'll send it to Travis.
There you
Yeah,
go. Send
please
it to
do.
me.
That's hilarious.
That is.
I want to make a sign and put it up in
Yep,
here with
we'll,
that.
We'll put that on the sign with the picture on it. I guarantee you.
Oh man.
It's
Yeah,
Blue Dot
don't
family.
put it out the front of your property, mate. You'll have
Yeah.
a problem, I think.
No.
They all know who I am on this street anyway. There's no
Yeah.
hiding what John does anymore. No.
Yeah,
no.
but I live closer to the street than
Yeah,
you do.
he
so let's
does.
please-
He's
let's
closer to
don't.
the fence than I am. They got to go
Hey, I
through him to
tell
get to
you-
me.
There it
What-
is, Travis.
Thank you very much.
What,
Velda.
You're welcome.
what does this tell you, John? Since 1897, every president of the White House has had a dog, a puppy, a pet. This president has not.
Yeah.
Well, that screams
you know
to you
why?
right there because
He's a prick.
Yeah.
He's a prick. Hey, Lone
That's
Wolf,
what I'm
I
talking
see you
about.
out there, buddy. I'm sorry, I had to give a shout
Oh.
out to somebody I see.
Oh, but yeah, I want to give a shout out to Lone Wolf too. It was nice talking to you too.
Oh, y'all are having phone conversations here, huh?
Yeah,
I see what's going on here. I see what's going on. I keep an eye on everything.
but it keeps going in and out.
I-
He keeps having some
I'm
problems. So
just tickled to death to see him out there.
yes,
Where we miss our Blue
I'm
Dots.
just
when
glad he's okay. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm just glad like, everybody's
Yeah.
all right right now, or at least, immediate circle people at the moment are okay. In other
Well, I'm
words,
sure
immediate
there are
circle
problems
being
going
Discord.
around in this family, just like any family. There are people out there struggling every day.
Yeah.
And we have Marie Teresa Hughes, and she comes in from Scotland, baby. She's in the chat. We see you, baby. We appreciate you being here. That's what tickles me. Just what tickles me. I like it. Anyway, what do we got going on today? We got we got a couple of governor races today, one in Mississippi and one in Kentucky today. So the results should be coming in for Kentucky.
Yeah, I'm checking it every now and then. I don't got
Yeah.
any updates yet.
Kentucky, boy, I'll tell you what, that little rally last night where Rand Paul, I'm telling you, just, it wasn't long ago that man was screaming about protecting a whistleblower when was it? I think it was when Obama was in office, and I think it might have had something to do with Fast and Furious or something like that. And I may be mistaken. It might be something else. But I remember Rand Paul ranting about the importance of protecting a whistleblower. And when they bring forth information, and now he's out there screaming the other way, what, to suck up to this guy? It's sickening what the Republican Party has done. They're ruining themselves. They're displaying to the world just how low
Morally
they're willing
bankrupt?
to go. Yes, morally bankrupt for this president, for this guy. which is the part I don't understand. Really? You're going to fall on your sword for this guy, the lying piece of shit, draft dodging coward who boldly goes where no president has ever gone, and meaning extortion, bribery, and other high crimes and misdemeanors, and all around jackass. No, we've never had one like him, and that's part of the draw for some of the people in his. We've never had one like him. He's not a Mr. Nice Guy. No, he's an asshole, a pure D asshole, and a liar, and a cheat, and a thief. You know, it frightens me. I saw a little meme on Facebook go by. Can you imagine had we not won 2018? We wouldn't know any of this shit. None of this would be in public view. It wouldn't be on the news. Everything would have been hidden by a corrupt Republican Party. Hell bent if they can win election by gerrymandering every state. What's the hell? Get foreign countries involved in our national politics. Hell, get them involved in your state politics. If they've got the money, baby, they'll sell themselves. Anyway, I digress into a rant.
You know these bloody rallies he has. They look like what we used to see televised over here. These evangelical bloody get-togethers, with thousands of people, where the guy's at the front
Same
preaching.
people.
He keep the crowd pumped up, because if he doesn't keep them pumped up, they'll go away, it'll deflate, they'll get converted, bring them back again, pump them up, all that stuff, right? If you took religion, this freaking religion, and gets involved in politics, which it should never have happened anywhere in the world, you take religion out of politics throughout the world right now, this very second, and 90% of the wars
would go away. They would lay down.
And every time religion gets involved in a country's politics, a civil war starts within that country.
There's two main places, Ozzy, that are where religion is critical to politics, and that's in the Middle East and the United States. That's it. You know,
it's become more critical in the United States in the last 3 years.
You have to proclaim yourself.
He's tapped into their power. He's given them what they wanted, the anti-abortion laws, all that stuff. So they're giving him all their support, right? And there's money involved here somewhere. It always is with Trump. Well, that's how we see Trump over here. Is he does nothing without a dollar involved for him. But this man is tapped into the Russians. He tried to tap into Ukraine. That's failed. He got caught. He's trying to trap into England. Right now, he's approaching England.
Yeah, he's trying to get the UK involved in this. You know,
this man's out of control.
He is.
Your people, 1% can't see that. They're unhelpable.
That's how come it's so important. We can't let this stand, baby. Because if we do,
no,
we're allowing. Right now it's the Republican Party. Okay, if they get through this shit and prove that they can manipulate our election systems internationally with made up bullshit, exaggerated stories to defeat people so they can maintain power, where does this go? If he wins in 20,
Russia,
that's right.
Russia's saying right now, oh mate, we've got them fighting amongst themselves. We will now take over the rest of the world. We will become the world number one.
We're busy fighting amongst ourselves.
We'll trade all in Russian dollars or rubles, whatever they are. Currently, there's one company somewhere in the Middle East that's not taking American dollars for oil. They're dealing in rubles.
In rubles.
So it's already started.
I'll be right back.
All right, Jen. We'll be right here, baby. We'll wait for you. Yeah.
See you, Jen.
The United States will lose all its prestige and dominance in the world, in the markets and everywhere else. If we
our dollar will drop.
Yes.
And that means a deep recession.
Yes.
Well, baby, I'm telling you, this market is riding high that I don't think is going to be able to stand much longer. What do you think, Bernadette?
I don't think so either, John.
I don't. Nobody wishes a recession on anybody.
No, but you know what? The Republicans are so bought into this guy that they're willing to forego the Senate with this whole impeachment thing and back him 110%. Okay? He has these guys, and they have the money. What I fear is his war chest and how much money he does have.
He has got a lot
that he could just throw out there and continue to repeat the lie after lie after lie.
Yeah.
So money
He
controls
has
politics.
his own propaganda station, that will just say whatever the talking point, and that's what the Republicans. Mitch McConnell was it yesterday? He was out campaigning, and the things that he said at that rally about Trump and stacking the courts.
Yes.
This is their thing. That's all
That is their
Mitch
thing.
McConnell wants to do. He wants to keep him in there so he can stack these courts so corporate America stays where it is for generations to come. Yeah. And it's scary.
It is.
And if the Democrats, if you're thinking about not voting for Bernie or Kamala or whoever the hell ends up on this damn ticket, if you just think about that one thought, that they are changing the courts into their favor, if you think voter suppression is bad now,
just
wait a few years.
Exactly right, because if they win this, they've proved that the manipulation works. It'll be the second election that has been won by international interference, because the first one we know damn good and well Russia was involved.
And you know that Trump's a sellout,
yes.
And so with the courts backing him 100% and him being a sellout, this country's going to be gone, and there will be anarchy. I fear that.
I do too, especially down here in Texas with old Louis Gomer Pyle Gorbett. What's his name? Louis Gorbett. Gomert. Thank you, Dennis. Challenger Network just donated $10 through Super Chat and says, I've been here for a few of your live shows due to the copyright strike, but I've been listening in every day. You post a video or VODs from your past streams. Screw that circus peanut and his base. Thank you, Challenger Network. And I remind everybody, Challenger Network is the one that did the artwork on our opening scenes, on our opening credits.
I was wondering when I'd finally see Challenger Network pop up in the chat, because I don't think I've seen him in the last few chats. So
well, we're glad he's back
awesome.
out there, baby.
Glad you're here with us,
John.
pal.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to tell you, you have a 9-year-old fan. He saw Challenger Network's drawing of you at the opening the other day, and he absolutely loved that.
Oh, that's awesome.
I did too. The minute he put it up there, let us see it. I was just so impressed.
And Dad thinks we don't have any young viewers at all.
I know.
Oh no, he's 9-year-old and he is a Blue Dot fan.
Oh,
that's
good.
Awesome.
Well, you tell him we said howdy. And,
I will.
And get ready to vote, baby. We need him. We're going to need him about the time he gets older.
Again, we were talking about the generations.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's Generation Z right now. Okay? The mid-90s to where we're at now. From 2011 to 2025 is the Generation Alpha. He is the Alpha generation.
I read that. I read the other day about the Alpha generation.
Man.
And how buried they are, because it seems like they're passed over between the millennials and the old folks, I guess.
Well, we were talking in the blue room about this, and which generation is the one after millennials. And I was saying that current generation now, the millennials, and the new generation prior to them, are very mad at the baby boomers and the generation before for giving the industrialists the power to dump shit in the rivers and pollute and all that stuff. And they're angry at us.
Yeah,
that would be the lost generation.
Yeah. And I fully understand that because of the fact, looking at us, we can take both credit and blame. We can take credit for when we were in our teens and 20s, how this country rose up and gave us things like the EPA, demanded our government change and everything. We did that.
Thanks, Nixon.
Yes.
But then we got complacent. We got complacent and went into the world. You have to make a living. The economy is what drives your home. You got to get a job. You got to pay your bills. You're busy in life.
I mean, you kind of symbolize that. I mean, things got tough here at one point, and you worked for the machine that's killing the earth. but it
Yeah.
was willing to hire
But-
you from
but
the very
understand-
beginning, and you got to feed your family. So
That's
it's a
what the
double
bottom
edged
That's
line
where
sword.
money
is.
That's what money's
Understand what
about.
happened during that time when
Mhm.
when we were trying to produce our families and make it better for your generation, Travis.
Exactly.
Understand what
True.
understand
That's
what
John was
happened.
saying.
And
It's
here's
good and
what
bad.
happened. The Republicans got on the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court started ruling for corporations and
Yes.
corporate dominance in the Supreme Court and in the laws of this land is what is leading to the poor excuse of a symptom called Trump,
Mm-hmm.
and what we have to deal with now, because Trump is reversing everything that we stood for.
They disguise it too. They disguise it in
Well-
cute little words like
Patriotism,
like
capitalism,
Citizens United.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Citizens United.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a wonderful.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want Citizens United? And that brought us so much dark money into politics. Jen, you were about to say something, dear. I walked.
Well, you gotta also, no matter how hard we tried as a bunch of hippies to, love the environment and change the world and all this stuff, there are a whole lot of our generation became the business leaders today
Yes.
who are busy screwing the fuck over
Yes.
the country, the people, the
That's
environment,
true.
and
That's
everything.
right.
We have to own that. The
That's
boomers
what- yeah.
have become the new object to hate.
Yes.
Of the millennials and the alphas, and
Yes, that's what I mean. We could take the
it's
credit and
it's
the
only
blame.
fair.
Yes, it is.
We did some good things, but
Yeah, there's
our
still a
generation
few
did
old
lot of
hippies like
bad
us.
things.
Yeah.
We're still hanging on. But yeah, we grew up after saving the world from all the bad things we thought it was. We created our own. Greed became a thing. Remember the movie Wolf of Wall Street? Greed is good,
Yep.
and that was sold, and it bled over into every day in life, and right into your religion, with these prosperity preachers now. If you're rich, it's because God loves you.
Yep.
Well, if you're poor, I guess God just thinks you're an asshole or something, and you ain't getting shit. That's the way that works. That's the way that preaching works. If you're going to preach the word of God, and that the prosperity is what is a measure of a person's worth, you got a sick ass religion, is what I'm telling you. You got a sick ass religion if you believe that prosperity comes to those who pray and do all that. No, it's not religion, baby. It's either two ways of making your money,
Coming up from a
Hard
millennial,
work.
though, coming from a millennial to other millennials, look,
or being an asshole.
it's easy to, I mean, and I say this to everybody, it's always easy to point a finger at somebody, but look, hate on those quote unquote boomers for the right reasons, because not every boomer out there is against, our generation and shitting on us consistently.
No.
That's not everybody whatsoever.
No.
So, because, I've seen the trend, I've noticed it too, and I definitely don't stand by that. There's definitely a few individuals that I frown upon that are a part of the boomer generation, but that's just it. They're just a part of the boomer generation.
Yeah.
Them being a boomer doesn't make them necessarily who they are. Their life choices and just being an asshole is what made them who they are.
the exact same thing is going to happen to the millennials.
Oh, yeah,
Now,
absolutely.
There's going to be a
Yes.
portion of them that become the leaders of business, and they're going to screw the fuck out of everybody,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because that's what money does, and that's what
Yeah.
white privilege does.
All
Right.
the damn
But,
participation trophies.
The younger fellas, like not millennials, like when I'm talking about the Bill Gates type people of the world.
Right.
There's a few of them around that are very wealthy billionaires. They are investing money into planet repair and green achievements. They are more so than the 80-year-old Koch brothers type thing. They don't put money into green into the world, into saving the planet. But Bill Gates and others like Bill Gates at that age and the younger do. I even know Facebook, Zuckerberg donates a few $1 million a year towards green environment solutions. So there is an improvement in the business owners. I think as they get younger, they will see more.
Yeah, we're seeing
need
companies.
to help the planet.
Yeah, the recent one that we spoke about on this show was Penske, the spice company that somebody was kind enough to send me a batch of, and that's how I learned about them. A model company that stands for you know, for doing right in the world, for protecting their generations, for
Yeah.
you know, and a lot of
See,
corporations. But then on the other hand, there's a lot of corporations just screw you out for a dollar, baby. That's what it's all about. Right, Leo?
Travis became a
Hey,
multi-billionaire all of a sudden.
I agree with you. I'm just being quiet right now. Hey, everybody.
How you been doing, Leo?
Hi, mate.
Hi, Leo.
I've been good. I haven't been into too much mischief. Somehow I
Well,
posted
try
a rant
harder.
yesterday.
What's the matter?
If you didn't see it, yeah, I know. I need to get working at it.
I'm gonna have to take up your slack, buddy. Go ahead.
But
Go ahead.
I don't know why yesterday's video it's at 2,000.
Oh, no shit. Well, there you go, buddy. Appreciate that. I mean, you know,
Well, yeah.
your
and it was
voice,
one-
buddy.
It's one of those. It was one of those harder rants, John. One of the ones where I was really pissed off.
That's the ones that usually go with more views because when you're getting to a degree of pissed offness, you know, the real emotion of what you're trying to say comes through. And I
Well,
think
I
that's
think
what
they
people
talked
appreciate
about
more than anything else is you know, I sit here and I try to write stuff, and occasionally I'll write something that I will read, but you know, everything that you know, I write down my little notes, but halfway into the rant, I quit looking because
Your brain goes
Yep.
freeform, and you
Yep.
start going stream of consciousness,
Sure.
and shit just comes out.
because you don't really have to. If this is stuff, if you're that concerned, it stays in your mind. Every little story stays in my mind. I don't know if I could pull it up on command, but it's there, and it's a
Yep.
memory of what in the hell's going on. And it,
And boy, as you say, boy, shit, howdy. There is
yeah,
something
boy,
going
howdy
on
shit.
right now.
Boy, howdy
It's,
shit. This is
uh,
getting bad again.
Well, or good. I don't know. I think.
Yeah,
we got
well,
some-
it's getting good, but you know, I'm just bad in the sense that people like Sondland, who paid $1 million to become ambassador, now has to prance his ass out there and try to save himself from perjury. You know,
And that's exactly it. People said, "Oh, gee, why did he change his story?" Because the sound of a big, door slamming behind you and a lock closing
Yeah.
will wake most people
Yeah.
up, and that's where he's heading.
that's you know, and that's a possibility. And I think I can't wait to really. I want to see Rudy Giuliani's case come to
Me
fruition.
too.
Excuse me,
That's
John.
exactly. And I
Excuse
think
me,
we're
John.
heading there quick,
Yes,
John.
Dave.
Excuse me, John.
Yeah.
Official Joe John on the comments on YouTube. Piss off. All right. Official Joe John. Piss off.
Who's pissing you off?
No,
Official
that's,
Joe
that's
John.
a British, Australian phrase.
Oh.
Piss off. Go fuck yourself.
Piss off means fuck off.
Yeah, fuck off,
Right.
asshole. Yeah.
Because he's just typing up there, Trump 2020, Trump 2020, Trump. Piss off. Go to another site, mate.
Oh, is there somebody on our feed? That's
Someone's typed in on the comments.
little
I
troll.
deleted the messages. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
mate.
bub.
Go away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go over to your Trump 2020 MAGA shit hat site
I
there
have
and
12
dig up
on my
Donnie's ass with the rest of them. Try to
Who's
find our
running
Constitution
moderator?
that he stuffed up there somewhere while you're up there.
Who's on Discord moderate?
Right this second, Travis
I
walked
got
out of the room.
Okay.
I got him. Don't worry about it.
Good deal.
Okay, cool beans.
I was,
Tyler-
I was researching something else.
Tyler's my other son Tyler. His computer died.
I've had to do the same thing.
He's-
Biker Wisdom was just me for the longest time, but in the last month there are 3 admins and a moderator.
Yeah.
And I had to ban 12 people yesterday.
Oh, there you go, making
Yeah,
progress.
those trolls are coming out.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
getting they're
I'm pissing somebody off.
well, good. It means we're doing our job. It's
I
almost a
found
shame.
that one lady. I found that Judy.
Oh yeah, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, Judy, not a nice
she
person,
needs
or
to go, that's for goddamn sure.
I just made sure I hadn't clicked on her to be a friend of mine, and if I did, she was going to go bye-bye.
Well,
yeah.
she was. I went to her page and there were no mutual friends, nothing at all, and that my first triggers. If we don't have anybody in common, then we don't have anything in common because I'm here for people. And if
Right.
we're not the same people, I don't mind opposing views,
No.
but you will do it the way I do it, and that is as respectfully to you. You'll notice I stay away from name calling with people personally. And if you can't do the same thing, don't bother getting on my stuff.
Yeah. If you can't have us a good, solid argument, and I don't think it's hard to do nowadays. You know, the evidence points to it every day, unless you got your head stuck up Fox News butt. And then I consider you just brain dead, incapable of the ability to turn the channel, I guess. Yeah, I do have a limited capacity to deal with them nowadays.
Maybe I'm more patient right now, or something like that. But the simple fact is, with all of those, what is beginning to surprise me is when I'm having conversations that are contradictory, I'm hearing talking points that I know are spewing from Trump's mouth to his followers. And as soon as, just certain words come out, I know I'm not going to get to you. I'm not going to listen to you. You're not going to hear a thing I say. Why should I even bother?
Yeah.
I had one of those today who started talking about how bad everything was with Joe Biden and his son Hunter Biden, and the whistleblower should be out. It should all be open. No, it shouldn't.
No, that's not the way the law works. But they keep repeating that, Leo, as if it's to make it sound that way, to make it sound that the government is trying to prevent the government from hearing what's out there. It's just such a ridiculous statement.
And they keep parroting each other, John. You know what it's like to me? It's like commercials where they do the call now, 1-800-555-1212.
Yeah.
That's 1-800-555-1212.
Yeah, over and over and over.
Call now. And
That's something, you guys. A lot of the time, see somebody posting like that in Facebook, and they're just doing it. That's a bot. That's a.
Oh, Travis gets upset with me because there's two that I do mess with, and one of them, as a matter of fact, this video will be posted up on there. One of them is called, he calls himself Lone Stranger, and I call him Lonely Stranger. And the other one changed his name from Lex Z to Lex something else. Anyway, they're people that hide. They're just little Russian trolls, and you can tell they're little Russian trolls by the shit they got it evidently sitting at a computer with 1,001 memes for any subject. Because they can just and they're there all day. I go in there to post my video. I go in there and mess with them. Really? Are you still here?
They're probably not even there.
Bernadette, I'm not sure why, but we can barely hear you, huh?
Yeah, I can't.
Go in and refresh, baby.
Yeah, drifting.
I'm out.
You'll have to bring her back.
I'll have to swap positions. Travis, no, I don't know where he went.
No, he'll be back
shit.
in a minute.
I'm sorry.
I am looking at a thing. Dennis is still here in the room. Dennis posted in the show discussion
Right.
one today that just, Trump talking today, or at whatever that meeting is, or his rally he had,
Right.
where they had all of the read the transcriptions on,
Right.
talking at it about being there for 5 more years, or 10 more years, or 20 more years.
Right.
First of all, you ain't gonna live that long, you fat fuck. But
Oh, shit.
I was thinking the same thing.
yeah, hey,
Yeah.
I was
That's my
laughing at it.
cheeseburger.
Yeah, but he's
But
talking
does
about
he
a Trump
not
family
realize
member.
we have laws? Does he not know we have laws about?
They just don't give a shit. They don't give a shit
But
about
what
laws.
he's been told or led to believe from this point where he's got away with so much, and his lawyer now saying to a judge that you can't touch the president, he can shoot someone, you still can't touch him. That is the law, that is the rules. Trump now thinks, while he's currently president, I can change the election laws, rules, the whole election thing, and it may be illegal, but I can't be touched, but it will be changed.
I think that's gonna. I think that's
Trump will
gonna
be
come
there
in.
forever.
There's discussion going on right now about the OLC decision. The OLC decision is the only thing that I can see that prevents anything from this imaginary decision by the White House Office of Legal Counsel.
Which is not a law.
It's not a law. It's never been tested in court. I think it's a pile of crap.
No.
You know, if that stands, if that kind of attitude were to stand, that no sitting president can be investigated, are you shitting me? Well, then what are we worried about? What happens in our government in any case? Because hell, we'll just turn a blind eye and whatever happens, happens. You know, if you're one of the lucky ones, good for you. If not, tough shit, you're gonna die.
We'll have the Supreme Court pick up the sword, whatever it is, have him kneel and dub him king.
Yeah,
and we'll be all
that's
set.
exactly what he wants.
Yeah.
You know,
That's right.
Precisely what he's looking for.
Yeah.
And he thinks
and
while
what
he's
his people are looking for.
the scary
But
thing is about a third of our population would allow him to do that. Don't have a
Yeah.
problem with
they're
that.
falling apart, John.
Yes.
They are falling apart.
Yes.
China done it. China done it recently, didn't they? They only changed to a dictatorship recently. That guy got in power for the rest of his life.
Yep. Yep. That's
He
exactly
changed
what.
because he changed.
And,
He
and,
changed
and it's
the
dangerous,
rules.
but it gets dangerous. Just like Dennis was alluding to a minute ago with Louis Gorbett down here. What's his name again, Dennis? Gomert. The assholes out there speaking about, oh, he doesn't want to see a civil war. Gee, I hope we don't have a civil war. You know, it's that repetition. I don't want to see our country have to lift up their arms and use arms to defend. Are you shitting me? He's promoting the crap. With that kind of language, it promotes that asshole out there with an AK, with an AR that wants to, yep, that's me. I'm going to save the country. I'm going to save Donnie. And do
You
what?
know Donnie's mantra?
Shoot your neighbors.
Donnie's mantra is divide and conquer.
That's it.
Divide the country and conquer it.
Yeah. Donnie's
Which is the MO of every despot ever.
chaos,
Every single
baby.
one.
To create chaos
Yes.
where the public is confused and
Hitler
doesn't know
done that.
what the hell's going on. They want to be
Hitler
patriotic.
started off that way.
You know, people are predisposed to respect our government, the office of the president. It's what we're supposed to do. It's what we're raised to do, to love our country and be patriotic. And we're trying to do that. But we can't do it when we see what's there now. But the problem is we saw it before it got there. We saw him on the campaign trail. What he said, what he did. We all saw it.
Well, John, that is a part of why we get the whole never Trumper thing.
Yeah.
That's a part of why we get the ones that just say, "Oh, well, you're just pissed off about 2016." Yeah, I'm pissed off about 2016.
Yeah.
But for
Well,
a reason.
That's history.
And
That's
secondarily, so what? I saw it before you did.
Yeah.
You're going to wake up one of these days.
You know, that's it. They try to pass that off as, oh, well, John, you just upset about the election. Yes, I was, because I thought that America was smarter than to elect a dumbass like that, a racist asshole who was a greedy liar, a draft dodging coward, and everything else bad you could say about him. And so, yeah, I was mad. And from day one, I come out the gate, baby. But guess what? He who laughs last best. We will have the best laugh. Because we were right. Because he is exactly what we thought he was.
You know why Trump's moving to Florida? I've got this theory.
Ah.
Right? That Trump has sold out America so much to Russia. He's moving to Florida, which is right down the panhandle. Is it the panhandle you call it?
He
down
wants
there?
to, yeah.
Right?
Florida's critical to him.
It's a long way from America. What he's done, he may have done a deal with Russia and said, right, mate, nuke New York, and that'll get rid of all the evidence against me in New York.
Yeah.
That'll fix that problem, and then you can invade while I'm in Florida. It won't take much because I'll have
Let me know when you're done.
Preoccupied.
Yeah.
And you've got a Red Dawn happening. That's how evil this man is. He would allow his country to be overtaken by Russia just to get himself off the hook.
Looks like it's on the plate to me. It looks like our country is definitely on the plate.
Pushing that way. You know, that's the thing that all of the smoke, all of the shit that's going on is doing one big thing, taking our eye off of that bullshit that went on and is probably worse now.
No.
Yes.
Just how big is that Air Force base down there off of Brazil?
Yeah.
From Russia, with love.
Yeah, they're right down there.
How big is that new one that's
And we don't even talk about that.
150 miles from the Aleutian Chains?
If I was living in New York right now, I'd be concerned if I had my theory in your heads. You know, that he's going to nuke New York while you're all shocked like another 9/11. Like you're all shocked in New York and it's all happened. You get in the backdoor evasion.
Well,
you know?
I'll tell you one damn thing. I don't trust a damn thing when it comes to military operations that this man is possibly.
No one can help you.
No.
No one can help you because the European Union's not big enough there,
No, he's kicked all our allies in the shin. You know.
Correct. You'll have Russia and Turkey invading your country.
They're right there in Syria.
I mean, we're really, honestly, people don't realize how precarious all of that is.
You know, the possibility of a war like that is possible.
Man. They look at it as payback.
But I would hope that cooler heads prevail when it comes to the world. You know, there has to be a calming voice. You know, and it comes either it's going to come from our next election. That's where it's going to come from. It has to have a seed in it. There has to be, you know, we came over a blue wave in 2018. We took the House. Now look what we have discovered. We have discovered this massive crime family that is using our government to extort other countries into committing crimes for us in order to keep him in power.
Fathom the depths yet.
No.
I mean, this is just the tip of the fucking
And we're just talking about political things right now. The economical and environmental damage that this man is going to cause. The environmental damage itself is going to take years to turn around. You know, just to re-implement the laws that he's torn up and thrown away in the trash. The rules and regulations that he's done away with. There are so many things.
It'll be worse.
No, I'm not either, baby.
It'll be worse once they start shooting nukes off around each other. You know.
And don't think we're that far from that either.
Well, we as a society can't let that get it that far. As a society, we can't, because then we're looking at a Mad Max world, baby.
But
Russia is strong enough for
Take a look at
Russia.
Take a look at what he's done in Turkey. The fact that we've got our goddamn missiles sitting there, being held hostage by another
country who is actually buying their weapons from Russia.
Russia, a NATO country.
I don't. I'm really seriously thinking that. I'm sorry. Turkey, you know, they need to have their ass thrown out of the NATO. They want to be with Russia, go with Russia, you know, to kiss off. Because they're not acting like a partner.
Or anti-Russia, period. That's what it's
Leo,
and what it should be.
But then
Leo, you know why they won't release those nukes? They won't release those nukes because, if you noticed, 2 weeks ago, I put a post up on Discord from Bo, the fifth column. It was talking about these nukes. That has been taken down, and it's been removed from anything I had about Bo and these nuke missiles. And it's off Discord. Now, these nuke missiles over there apparently are your latest and greatest technology. They're adjustable nukes. They can take out a block of houses, or they can take out a whole a country. These nukes that you've got there are your greatest thing, that you can turn a dial and make them any size you want. Now, you don't think Russia wants that technology?
Oh, hell yeah. And they'll get it, too, if we're allowed to keep them over.
That's probably why they were delivered over there to begin with.
You know, statesmen, in a real world situation, we would be fighting to keep Turkey in line with the European Union and everything else. To keep them in line with
you have no diplomats.
Yeah.
You have no diplomats. You've got businessmen trying to make money.
As a matter of fact, our diplomatic corps now is on parade up in front of Congress, telling them that they think that they're quitting because they recognize the fact that our ambassadors are just being used as pawns in Donnie's drug deals, in Giuliani's drug deal. That our ambassadors are forced to contact Rudy Giuliani to find out what's going on. Are you shitting me?
Rudy Giuliani, who is not even
he is a scumbag. He's a scumbag that went from the heights of the mayor of America to a cheap criminal trying to worm money in power anywhere he can get it. He's a little scumbag. I hope he rots in prison. Oh, by the way,
John,
him and his wife just filed for divorce.
Yep, they sure did.
He's turned
15
the never.
years.
It was never a swamp. There was never a swamp there. This drain of swamp crap was bullshit. There was never a
Bullshit.
swamp,
He
right?
brought a swamp
Obama
in.
never left a swamp there. But what he did, yes, he created a swamp, and now it's a cesspool.
What were you saying, Bernadette?
I was going to say, I was going to ask John, did he get a chance to read the post that Eva had put up the other day about the timeline?
Oh,
Because
no, I
if
have
you-
not. No, I have not.
Okay,
As a
if
matter of
you
fact,
get a-
thank
if
you
you
for
get a
reminding me of
chance,
that.
And I suggest everybody go over to the political side of Discord to go read that, because
It's
it's a
interesting.
very extensive timeline,
Yeah.
and it starts
goes way
back
back.
in. It starts
15.
back in 2013.
Oh, yes, this goes
Yeah.
way back.
2013, and ever since Trump has been in office, Giuliani. This was a plot dreamed up by Manafort, who's currently sitting in jail. And he's got it bouncing around in Trump's head about the whole Ukraine and the servers and the Clintons and Biden and all the rest of that. All that shit came from Manafort. That's been planted via Rudy Giuliani.
Yep.
If you guys think that this man for 1 minute is as stupid as he fucking plays on
No,
TV,
he's a
guess
smart.
again. He's been out there doing this shit for a long time. And this shit has been going on for a long time. This is the second phone call that he had with the Ukraine and quid pro quo, which he doesn't even understand what that means.
Now, I don't
okay?
even like to use it. It's just plain extortion. That's what it is.
It
It
is
is.
for
And
that.
on top of it, John, the one that gets me most, though, is the man has absolutely no official United
No.
States position.
No.
He is a hired hack.
It's a crime family. And those within our government are accessories to the crime. That's what Mike Pompeo is. He's an accessory to the crime. He's another lying piece of shit that is willing to sell out his country to support Trump. And when he knows better than anybody else around him probably that he's a stinking...
By the way,
Huh.
when the impeachment goes to the Senate, and it will go to the Senate, do expect to see Jim Jordan sitting as chair in the Intelligence Committee, because they're pushing him to sit that chair so he can aggressively attack anybody who walks in and does that trial. Jim
Son of a
Shorts
bitch, abuser
Jordan.
can do anything he wants. He is so full of shit, and he shows
Mitch McConnell put him there. Mitch McConnell put him there because
No.
Devin Nunes sits on the chair of that
And we
committee.
all know
And
about
Trump
Devin
wanted
Nunes.
somebody more aggressive. So they picked Jim Shorts Jordan.
And Jim Jordan is the drama queen of the Congress right now. He's another
He's a
one of those that
mouthpiece.
jumps up and down and screams about bullshit he knows is not true. And he is so offended. His honor and integrity are challenged by the bullshit that he's trying to sell you. And that's what's
This
so...
is the same guy that was
Yeah.
in the
It used to be
frat
Trey
boy
Gowdy.
club.
It used to be Trey Gowdy, with Benghazi. Always in the news, screaming about Hillary and how she personally killed every person in that embassy with her own hands. And
And you had 5 investigations, didn't you? There was 5 investigations into that, and each time they found nothing.
That's right.
that's it.
And,
wanna-
and even the investigations of the investigations found nothing.
Diane Mallory wants to know, she says, I voted in Ohio today. Did you? Yes, I did. And Diana Mallory donated $10 through Super Chat. Thank you very much. We appreciate that very much. And there are several places that were having votes today. Texas was one of them. It was a bunch of ballots on issues and bonds and stuff, local and stuff.
John, how
Uh-huh.
did you vote in Ohio today?
No, baby.
Texas.
Yeah. In Texas. The two big ones right now are Kentucky and Mississippi. That's what everybody's trying to pay attention to. But elections go on in this country all over the place at various times. And I so encourage you to try to do, because I always say we need to fight from the dog catcher all the way up to the White House, baby. We really do.
Did Travis come back?
Yes.
Yes, I'm back.
Okay. Travis, check your Discord DM.
Okay. I will.
I came across the video today that was supposedly secret. That is a secret of Richard Spencer. For those of you who don't know, he's the current leader of the white supremacist guys.
Yeah.
He was the guy who led that whole thing in Charlottesville that Trump termed the
Right,
good
he's
guys
the one
on
that
both
called that
sides.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a lovely little recording where he's explaining what he really believes. And I think it's just fair for people to listen to it and think about what political group in history it sounds a lot like.
Yeah.
So if you could play that, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'm going to try to bring it up right now. Just give me a few minutes here while I get everything hooked back up to do that.
Yeah,
It's audio
can I
only.
just
Well, while
Can
John
I-
is doing that, I have to point out that we're not doing very well in Kentucky. It looks like that Bashir he's not getting stomped, but
It looks
it's,
like 53 to
definitely
50, 44.
yeah, that's where it was. I'd have to 44 to 44.8, 53.1. That's
Yeah.
still a tight race.
Yeah,
But
Bevan is ahead.
what Kentucky? What is Kentucky now? Is Kentucky Republican or Democrat?
Oh, it's
right now?
Republican.
very Republican.
It's very Republican. It's
And you think
heavily
it's going to
red.
stay that way?
It appears that
Leo,
way.
you think it's going to stay that way?
What the hell? That's where we got Mitch McConnell from. Flushed
Mm.
him along.
It's heavily inbred.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, Mitch McConnell.
You
Yes.
gotta.
It's
I'm in
a-
a neighboring state, so yeah, I'm not gonna argue with you there, guys. I'm getting a beer. I'll be back.
I'm eating honey.
I just want to ask you guys, how do you feel about paying for the wedding anniversary at Camp David of Ivanka?
Well, I understand she had a coupon from Groupon.
Okay,
She's
that,
getting a
that
discount.
explains everything.
Yeah, she's going to have it at Camp David.
Yeah, isn't Trump's venue good?
Yeah, she couldn't get it. It was too expensive at one of the Trump properties.
I guess she doesn't want bed bugs for her
Yeah,
guests.
no shit. Who wants
That's
bed
the
bugs
truth.
anyway? I'm telling you.
But you guys are paying for it. You guys are paying for this shit.
Yes,
You wouldn't
we
believe
are.
what we're paying for, Dave. I'm telling you. We're paying with not only
I
our
can
tax
see it,
dollars,
bro.
we're paying
I
with our
can-
dignity. We're
Look at your national debt. Look at your national debt, mate. I mean,
Yes.
come on. Is
We know what
any
it
of that
is.
30
look at the
Any of
deficit.
that 39%, yeah, it's the highest it's ever been, and
We're
it's got there
damn near
quicker.
$1 trillion
It's raised.
deficit. $1 trillion.
Oh, shocking.
And
And
that,
then,
you know,
and then when we win in 2020, the Republicans are going to find a way to blame us for all
Oh,
that shit.
He's bankrupting you. He's like his businesses.
That's-
He's bankrupting America.
that's exactly what every Republican president has done. If you go back and look at his history, look at the graphs going through. I don't give a shit what you want to look at. Look at them. Every time a freaking
not a
Republican
Republican.
gets in office, they rob the country blind. They steal everything, put everything on a credit card, then run out the door claiming that they're physically responsible, and then wait
Yep,
for a
not-
Democrat to come in and
Blame it
clean
on
that
the
shit up.
do-nothing Democrats.
And it's going to happen
There's
again.
another thing. There's another thing today. We have well over 400 bills going nowhere in the Senate.
Yeah,
I hate
exactly.
to tell you this, folks. When that tsunami comes and that blue wave washes that shit out of Washington, everything you're seeing there, we're going to control that, and
That's
we're
right.
probably going to get. Well, we're probably going to hate
Yes,
some of it.
yes. There is
But-
there's a long list that we have to do when we take power. When
Oh
we
my
take
God.
the power back, that's when the work starts. I mean, the work is now that we have to defeat this scum, this mold that creeps through our house and infects our government and infects every institution. We know he's got the Department of Justice. We know he's got the Secretary of State. You know, these are institutions of ours that his mold has grown into and seeped into, and it's going to take a while to get that out. On a brighter note, Dawn Petty just donated $2 through Super Chat and said 10. 10, baby. Does that mean we're at 10? We're at 10. Of course we're at 10. 10.
Oh,
Anyway,
okay.
Dawn, we appreciate that very much. Yeah, 10. 10, I think. Yeah, 10.00. Well, thank you, Don Petty, for that. We appreciate it very much. Maybe she meant 10.4.
All right, I got this thing ready
Okay.
to go whenever you guys are ready.
Now, what are we listening to?
Yeah, Jen.
Okay,
you wanna,
we're
yeah.
listening. We're listening to Richard Spencer, the leader of the white supremacist movement, explaining how he feels their role in society is, his role in the group is. This came after the Heather Heyer murder, that when she was hit by that car by that crazy guy.
Right.
Is this the one where
go right ahead.
What's his name? Milo Yiannopoulos leaked it.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Let it play. Don't give it away, okay?
We're coming back here like a fucking 100 times. I am so mad. I am so fucking mad at these people. They don't do this to fucking me. We're gonna fucking ritualistically humiliate them. I am coming back here every fucking weekend if I have to. But this is never over. I win. They fucking lose. That's how the world fucking works. Little fucking kikes. They get ruled by people like me. Little fucking octoroons. My ancestors fucking enslaved those pieces of fucking shit. We're gonna win. I rule the fucking world. Those pieces of shit get ruled by people like me. They look up and see a face like mine looking down at them. That's how the fucking world works. We are gonna destroy this fucking town.
Well, isn't he just a pleasant fellow?
Yeah.
I just wonder how tiny is his freaking prick. That
And
man
you wonder
is,
why he can't get laid.
Yeah, I guarantee. I don't
I
want
thought
to
I
be.
was the one with the foul mouth. I thought I was the one that cussed too much. What the hell?
Well, there's your classic Donald Trump good guy on both
yep.
sides.
Yep, that's him.
Yep.
You know,
He's a great guy.
And that is the kind of person that Donnie is going to inspire, or Louis Gohmert down here in Texas is going to inspire when they start talking that shit. That's the guy he's talking to. That's the guy Donnie's talking to. Rile him up. We're going to destroy this town. You total scumbags. You think you are entitled to some bullshit because of the lightness of your skin? It shows the ignorance of your brain. You just, God, these people are they're disgusting. But they're cockroaches. And that's what they are. That's what they breed. They breed other hateful cockroaches into their little den, say shit all over everything, and then get proud of themselves for their bloodthirsty, attitude. They want to kill somebody, their fellow Americans, because they're not as good as they are. Are you shitting me?
God, I get tired of
Disgusting
hearing this.
little pukes of people is what that is. That is the low scum of the earth that society has to drive back into his little freaking cave, so him and his little racist freaking buddies can get in their little cave and have their little meeting and rant like that all they want. But then they'll know better to walk out in society like that. But as long as this man is in our house, that asshole has a voice.
They're empowered at that
They are
point,
empowered.
And that's why we got to take him out, guys. And I'm going to get off here pretty quick, but that was a big point that I made yesterday in my rant, was that the momentum is our way right now.
Yes.
And
The truth
time
is
to
on
back
our
off.
side.
Yeah, when you have half the country actually saying, yeah, we got to take him out. Everyone who thinks that knows how drastic a measure that is. And we've only really done it. We didn't even do it then because he resigned. I'm hoping that for once, Scaramucci is correct. He says that Trump is going to resign by March of next year.
Wait till his taxes come out.
Yeah.
And they're coming.
He might run then.
He said as soon as McConnell sees a 60% removal rating, that they're going to flip on him.
Well,
and he'll be out.
Well,
they won't have
otherwise
any
they're
choice.
going to go down.
I've said
We're
it.
at 49.
We're almost there.
I want
We're
to
at
be able to smile
49% right now.
because this family has hurt us. This family is hurt.
And
We have been
and
saying
the
it forever.
more
You forced
that
them to defend a
transcript-
piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know.
And the more that transcripts come out,
Mm-hmm.
and the more that people testify, and this shit goes public, and wait till his taxes come out, and everybody finds out he owes $1 billion
Yeah.
instead of being a billionaire.
To Russia.
To Russia.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, and it's going to happen. The courts are going to rule in the Congress's favor. Well, in this case, in the grand jury in Manhattan that is waiting, who requested the documents, and I don't think New York is going to turn loose of his ass.
No, they're not. And by the way, you know, he can try to put his home in Florida all he wants.
Well,
that doesn't change the fact that these things that he somehow feels that, oh, well, if I'm in a different state, guys, go ahead and do a speeding ticket in almost any other state than your own, and see if you don't have to end up paying that fucking thing. He's gonna pay that ticket.
I think he has another motive for moving to Florida, because he knows he knows New York doesn't like his ass anyway. New York is not going to vote for his ass. Florida.
Well, Florida's
a swing vote.
Florida does not have income tax.
Oh, well, look, he'll get off there too. There's so many reasons he would want to move to Florida. I do. I think it has a lot to do with
he has to flee the country. That's the safest, quickest
the
out.
quick jumping off point.
Yep.
We want to thank David.
He does have his own plane.
Yes, he does. We can shoot it down if he tries to escape.
Trump is going to sweat like a pig in Florida.
I've said it for a long time. I think his best shot is to make a great big publicity stunt, visit Russia, go over there to Putin and have a big meeting, and while he's there, he can ask for asylum and just stay the fuck there. Anyway, I want to thank David Robinson, who is a big Blue Dot family member. We met up in San Antonio, donated $5 through Super Chat. I appreciate that very much, David. Tell Sal I said hi. And we'll be talking again soon. I one of our Blue Dots I get to talk to.
I want to pick your brain for a second there, John.
What's left of it, baby?
Dennis, before you do that, guys, I'm bailing on you. I just want to say thank you all for being. I've been fired up again this week, and that's what I need.
Good.
I
Stay
need
that
all
way.
of you.
Stay that way, buddy. There's plenty enough to piss you off every day, Leo.
All right. Y'all take care of yourselves. I love y'all.
Love you too.
Thanks,
Leo. Take care of yourself.
Leo.
That is Leo Sahaki. You can find him on Facebook under Biker Wisdom, and he uses his voice and his opinion. And don't be afraid to let everybody know what your opinion is, baby. Be proud of it, because we're in it. Anyway.
John.
Yes, sir.
John.
Yes, sir.
Did you realize, I heard on your last show, someone brought up that Trump's brother got awarded a $33 million contract for security. You know what that contract was for, and Trump's involvement? Trump is a 40% owner of that company with his brother.
He hates
Trump, that contract is for security of your court systems. So all the security guards in your courthouses. So he's weakening and taking control slowly of a security firm.
You would almost think that we're looking at a slow motion coup. You know,
he's committing a coup in his own country.
In our country. Michael Pizzazz, we want to thank you. Has just subscribed to our YouTube channel, buddy. We appreciate that. We need it. We're almost, if we keep going, we're going to hit 11,000.
About time, too.
Yeah, we're at 10.9 thousand something. So we're getting real close to 11,000 subscribers. Went over 1 million views a long time ago. So maybe this family grows every day. But Michael, we appreciate you coming by and subscribing, buddy.
Really quick, Dennis, what were you going to pick Dad's brain with?
Oh no, I was trying to get out of that shit. No,
I was watching it. My new favorite channel to watch is Bo of the Fifth Column.
Yes, boy, the guy is super smart.
Guy. He is sharp.
There's an attack, baby.
About Twitter banning political ads, and he said if Facebook was smart, they would follow suit. And then he described on what he thinks would happen if Facebook also did that. And because the money's got to flow. you've got political hacks all over the place, conservatives that are getting paid through the ear to just rile up the base. Like, one of the things I was reading an article about, Ben Shapiro runs a bunch of bots that all point back to his show, whatever it's called, Be the Wire or whatever. And Facebook's letting him get away with it because he knows Zuckerberg has been over to his house for dinner, along with all these other pundits and conservatives. Like, he's greasing all the palms.
Right.
So what Bo said, the dangerous thing that would happen is if Facebook banned political ads, which he didn't think they won't because there's so much money in it.
Right.
Would be the people to be afraid of would be people like him, people like you.
Yeah. People are trying to use their voice.
Because all the money would be funneled into podcasts.
Yeah. All
I
the
get
Trump
it.
supporters, yeah.
So that's
all the
why
Trump
I think
supporters,
there's a lot of people that are trying. Like, have you noticed in the past few weeks, just alone, there's a lot of trolls.
Yeah.
A lot of people are taking interest in your channel alone.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had an uptick in troll traffic. I just figure the louder we get, the more trolls we attract.
Yeah, but the idea of, I never thought of that. It's like, yeah, okay, you don't have a political, you don't run political ads on social media anymore, but the idea that someone else with a very strong political opinion making an obscene amount of money, giving it to an organization, or there's nothing different with that. I mean, is that what you're getting at? Pretty much, for example, like Obama, let's say we were doing this years ago and we had millions of subscribers and, Facebook says you can't put political ads on Facebook. Obama, this is saying if Obama was corrupted, Obama comes to you and goes, hey, what if we did a little advertising thing here? Like, you spread my message, you get in the money, but you give me, you keep part of it.
A deal.
In other words, it's free advertising.
Well, we'd have to get rid of a president like that.
Yeah, of course. But
they would give you money. They would give your site money.
Yeah.
Well,
you would see major media outlets like Fox, like advertising, like smaller, filtered through smaller podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't take our word for it. Watch these.
Yeah.
We
get your message there.
It felt like that here recently because I did feel like they were coming after our income. If they could cut out our income, our show goes away, our melts away. Something else would become more important in your life. That your voice would become secondary to that. And
you take money out of politics. I wonder who stays in politics.
Well,
ACOL.
I would hope.
Yeah, people like ACOL would. Yes, but what I'm saying is, any of the current Republicans, if you took the money out of the Republicans, you got Democrats.
Yeah.
There's a good question in the YouTube chat here. If Trump is impeached before 2020 but not removed, then what?
Then that gives him power. On. That gives him power. He could point to, look at, they tried to impeach me, but they failed. That's the message that comes there. This is a so. Go ahead, Belda.
Double-edged sword.
We're going to go after impeachment.
Yes, love.
We've already proclaimed that. There can be no other. It's down the torpedoes, full speed ahead. If we blink, we lose. We have to prove his crime. Yes, that's exactly. That we could lose this if we do not bring this. Right. Yeah, it has to be in the public. It has to be expressly known that he has committed these crimes. The evidence has to be solidly and plainly put out there for the public to see in such a way that yeah, go ahead.
All the crap that leads up to that evidence as well. It's not just the evidence. No. It's what was said to create the evidence.
It is
the collusion involved.
It is to paint the picture of a corrupt crime family that is trying to take over this government. And I think that we really have to key in on the honor end of this. The display or lack of honor from the Republican Party to stand up for our basic values. And we're talking about, we're seeing that Republicans out there are refusing to answer the question, is it okay for the President of the United States to get assistance from a foreign country on your political opponent? The answer has been no. You can't do that. That's international interference in our politics.
Really quick, there was a really good question being brought up here in the chat, and that is, if Trump is impeached, does he have the ability to run again?
No.
No.
No?
No.
There you go.
He can no longer hold public office if he is convicted.
I remember that from.
I hope he's convicted of treason and execution.
Yeah.
Now, Nixon, when he resigned, there was a long article about that, and if he decided to run again 10 years later as a president, he can't run because he was impeached.
No. Once he's been impeached and removed, then he is forever banned from holding a public office again. That's what the law says. I understand. That's what the Constitution says.
Yes, it is. It is.
There you go, chat.
One sin.
Yeah. Now, and people ask, well, if he's convicted, he could pardon himself. No, he can't. If he is convicted in the Senate, if at the end of the Senate trial, Judge Roberts lifts up that gavel and the vote has been taken and he is guilty and lets that gavel down, Donnie is no longer president. So he no longer has the power to pardon himself. The minute that gavel hits the wood, it's done.
And from what I understand, after reading the Constitution, after you have been convicted of an impeachment in the Senate, the next president cannot pardon you either.
Well, see, that's where Nixon got away with it, because Nixon was not convicted in the Senate. Nixon resigned before the trial in the Senate. So that left forward the possibility of pardoning him, and that's what he did to heal our national nightmare. And if Pence were to try to pull that maneuver here, I think there would be outrage, but I don't think you have to remember that a federal pardon that doesn't. New York State would just go, fuck you, come here.
But it's written in the Constitution that if you have been impeached by the Senate, you cannot be pardoned by the next president.
Well, there you
Nor
go.
can he run for public office.
There you go. I knew that was in there, Bernadette. Thank you. You cannot run for a public office.
He can't be. He can be dog catcher.
No, I don't think
Nope.
so. No.
Not if you can't be elected. If it's an elected, no.
Yeah, if it's an elected position, nothing.
Okay, dog catchers are elected over there, are they?
and that's some of them are. Some of them are, I guess.
We should send Donnie a puppy.
We need to something that I want the listeners, I want our Blue Dot family to do.
What's
I'm asking every Blue Dot that's in a red state that has red senators or red representatives, call your representative and let him know that you are his constituent and you are for impeachment.
Yeah, Michael Cloud knows.
They have.
I'm afraid my congressman knows who I am.
Have been flooding the Democrats in the House so they cannot receive calls. That's what the Republicans have been doing over the last 2 weeks.
They've been trying to flood the phones.
Flooding the phones in the House of Representatives so that the Democrats cannot receive calls.
Yeah,
we need to use
they
the
are
same
trying
tactics.
some dastardly little mean tactics.
Yes.
To keep,
yes.
They're like children in a just willingness.
It is. It's like a kindergarten. It's like a primary school.
It's like a frat house just out to destroy something, or it just amazes me, because we're talking about the survival of our republic.
These are Christians.
Yes, yes, a lot of them are. Well, Mike Pompeo is, and that just brings I say that because my wife and I were discussing earlier when Pompeo, when they had a little thing on the show there, when Pompeo first was asked, did he know about the Cold War? I just know what you just said. I don't know anything. And then a few weeks later, yes, I was on the call. He's a lying little sack of shit. And now with this Rudy Giuliani and the behind the scenes deal going on all over the place, are you shitting me? and he's a Christian. He is an evangelical Christian. He is waiting for the second coming. Turn around and look at that big stone thing y'all worry about all the time, the Ten Commandments. Thou shalt not lie. And he does it all the time. I don't,
Thou shalt not worship false gods either.
Yes, no shit. And that's what they're doing with Donnie. That's what the religious right, they mean well. Because their religion teaches them that their religion is to help the poor and heal the sick and all this stuff that they in their mind think they do. But then they have this preachers.
The Salvation Army.
Yeah, like the Salvation Army. That's what we think of. When the real story is, you have preachers like, I don't know this woman's name. She just got appointed to the White House new high holy roller.
Oh,
she is
lunatic.
that. Yes, she is that prosperity preacher. God will make you rich if you obey God. You're a rich person. Prosperity. If you're a prosperous person, if you've got money, it's because God gave it to you and He shines on you.
She says, I walk with God, so therefore, if I walk in the White House, it is a sacred, holy place.
It's all up to her. Yeah, she has the power. She has the magic power inside of her.
Hey, Bernadette, we need to take a field trip and go smudge something.
Yeah, no shit. No shit. They got a lot of that stuff. Get it out of our house. I'm telling you. It's but that I get so mad at that. But it's expected. It's a natural evolution of the relationship between politics and religion, because they think they are holier than thou, and thou shalt bend to their will. And that's why you see their laws creep. I just saw a story. I haven't read about it. The other day, y'all heard me talk about Missouri, that has a health director that's keeping tabs on women's menstrual cycles. I got all mad and we joked. It's happening here in Texas too, baby. So if you want to see just how depth they want to go with their religious belief, they want to come by and check your dipstick, lady. You better be bleeding or you're in trouble. That kind of shit. And bringing those kind of laws into our society. And we joke about how long it would take to go from that to the Handmaid's Tale. Not long, baby. Long. If some of them had their way, it's the best way to lock up somebody like me. I'm an atheist. Lock his ass up. Put him on a work farm. Preach to him until he finds the way. Beat religion into him, baby. They tried that with me. It did not work. It strengthened my resolve.
I don't know how I get the wacky preacher type things coming across my feed. I have my suspicions, but anyway. One was there. Says women need to have the right to voting removed because they aren't smart enough to understand the political processes out here.
Jesus
Christ. 1920s, 1919, 1920. Women can't vote,
1800s, honey.
Yeah.
18. Sorry, I stand corrected. I apologize.
But if they had their way, that's the way it would be. They would take away the women's right because they should cleave unto their husbands.
Exactly what he said.
That's what the Bible says. And if you beat somebody with that Bible every day, pretty soon they'll cleave unto you. Till you turn your back, they're liable to shoot your ass. You can't.
Hitler had a Bible. Hitler used to keep a Bible in his bed. Having a Bible doesn't mean you're good. It could also mean you just exploit the Bible, certain parts of it, and you exploit them to your benefit.
And I guarantee you, anybody who thinks, well, John ain't got a Bible in his house, we just found one. We just pulled. We got several of them. We got the Quran. We got all. Hey, you have to be informed about who's trying to nab your ass. And the Bible that we have is actually, it's from the roll-off home of boys and girls here in Corpus Christi. That back in the day, it was a terrible. It was a place where they just beat Jesus into you, and roll-off. I think he died in a plane crash. But anyway, it's one of the Bibles that his place put out because I'm sure it came to my family because hell, they're all wrapped up in that shit. But it's a reference Bible. And my son Tyler and I, he's been reading it because and I encourage it. It's like know your freaking enemy.
Well, Tyler's a hit. Like Tyler just reads. Tyler just looks into everything.
Yeah, he likes it.
I give him credit. If I could read, I'd read the Bible because I want to be more aware of what people are talking about.
I'll give you a hint. Skip Genesis. You know,
Yeah,
just get to
well.
the bottom of that he big at who and all that shit. Just get away from that because it just drive your ass nuts trying to keep track of that shit. Uh, Now I'll tell you what. I've often said it. There are people that have religious views that I envy, that they have a peace, and I've seen it in them. But what I see, I don't see that kind of peace on some televangelical preacher on TV. I see a man who's doing his best to get money out of your pocket, and it's working, baby. These mega churches, what is that? That's not religion. That's a society thing. You wanna be seen in the biggest church. That means you're the biggest Christian or some bullshit like that. I've always said, even if you're religious, you can find religion out in that river. You can find it in a tree. If that's what you believe, then God put that tree there, baby. Find it right there. You don't need anybody else's help. It's a personal thing. That's what they always tell you. It's a personal relationship.
One more thing that I want to say before we go.
Huh.
I've heard everybody talking lately about Trump eating McDonald's and how it's extending his life. And one thing I want to say is that there is actually a webcam on the last McDonald's hamburger and French fries in Norway, and you could Google it.
Oh,
they just had a 10-year anniversary the other day. This thing has not gone anywhere.
You know what?
It's a big.
You wait until
you can
the
see it
rest
for
of
yourself.
the Mueller, the rest of those Mueller notes, when they come out. I mean, at the moment, Mueller had enough evidence to put any president in jail, but he didn't use it. Now, these Mueller notes are coming out, are exposing that they did prove that Trump worked with Russia to get Hillary's emails and try and receive stolen goods because they were stolen emails. That's receiving stolen goods. He's implicated in so many crimes. Mueller could have killed this guy, but he didn't. Why?
Why? Because
he couldn't. He couldn't under
the OLC, but he left it in Congress.
I know.
All the flags there.
But it's bad.
Yes,
bad.
that rule has to be challenged.
That's why he went to Congress, and that's why he testified, and that's why he told them to do their job.
Mark that as another reason we have to win, because William Barr cannot remain Attorney General. He can't.
Nope.
No.
He's as much of a criminal as the rest of them are. He's been prancing all over Europe and everywhere else trying to extort other countries, bribe other countries into doing some shit to maintain this power. We have to clean house, baby.
Yep.
And the only way to do that is with your voice.
At the top.
Yes, it starts at the top. It goes right down to the dog catcher,
and
baby.
all his sycophants go with him.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, baby.
Take a friend. When you go to vote, take a friend.
Yes. This is serious shit. This is our country, baby. Our republic.
Don't go in a car. Don't go in a car with any more than 3 people because it's illegal to go down and vote.
Yeah. You know what Mama and Tyler are doing right now? They're watching, I don't know what episode of, the other night we started watching, we've seen it before, we're watching it again, the HBO miniseries called John Adams. It's a fantastic movie, and we're watching, it's how our country was born. It's the struggle of that courage that those people showed in our nation's birth, when they broke away from the crown, who had plenty of worship, who'd already pounded the shit out of Boston, had already displayed that they could smash our ass. Those people stood up, argued to get him, but they came out with the document that formed this nation. The courage it took to do that, to go to war, to be able to stand and put your life on the line for this thought, for this dream. That is why we have to fight. That's how come you have to vote. That's how come you have to get somebody else to vote. You have to be serious about this, because the courage it took to do that is the courage it's going to take to save it. Remember Ben Franklin, it's a republic if you can keep it. So we have to do that. We are the guardians of liberty. We are the ones that are going to save this if anybody does. But it comes from putting pressure on our lawmakers. It makes them know that we will not put up with corruption, that we will not put up with dirty behind the deal back deals. We won't stand for a monarchy. And so we need to get rid of his ass, and it needs to be soon. If he's going to be impeached and removed, it has to be quick, and it has to be over. If it has to come to the election, I do fear that if we don't succeed in removing his ass, he will turn it into a commercial of how great he is. And there are still people in our country that could be swayed, but I do believe, even in that scenario, there are more patriots in this country that would stand up and save this nation. And that's what we need to do. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming by tonight and visiting us all night. Thank you, Aussie Dave, Bernadette. I want to thank Biker Leo. Y'all make sure to check out his voice. And our moderators, Dennis, Jen, and Velda. We appreciate y'all so much. Your voice is as important as anybody's. And I'm talking about on our panel and out there listening right now. Nobody's voice is more important than yours, and nothing more powerful than a voice that will not yield. That needs to be us. We want to thank all our Patreon members that are flying by there on the screen now. I like that thing that scrolls by. Those are the people that make the donation, $1 a month, stuff like that, that just keeps the lights on and gives us the ability to keep our show going. And so we appreciate that very much. We appreciate the Super Chat funds that we got tonight, and the new subscriber. And our family grows, baby. So that's what it's about. We grow the family. We win the world, baby. We save the world.
And on that note, I'm going to end this on an interesting note. I want to bring up a comment that was made here, and I agree with it 110%, from Pax Gaming. Religion and spirituality are different.
They are.
They really are, and we need to make it clear. It's not about what God you worship or what God you don't worship. It's about how you treat others at the end of the day.
Isn't that what
Amen.
So true, Travis.
That's
so
it.
true.
Dad doesn't say that often enough. I have to come in here and be the one to say it. You ruffle feathers.
Have you been reading the Bible?
I do.
Have you been reading the Bible, Travis?
No, I've never touched the Bible. Well, I've never read the Bible. I can't say I've never touched one. No, I've never read it myself. I just know how to treat people, or at least I like to think I know how to treat people.
I read someone. If you need your religion
to be a good person, you're doing it wrong.
You're doing it wrong. Yeah. You're doing it wrong. It's just,
You're either good or you're not, and it doesn't matter about your religion.
Yeah, don't need any religion. You don't need a magic man in the sky to tell you to treat your neighbor right, to do the right thing when you can, and to help when you can. It's the way this world should be. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I get all mushy shit, cliche, But it would be a better world if we could just do that. Keep your God. Just do what He says. Love your neighbor.
Yep.
Take care of Give a quarter of your field to the poor.
Yes, Jen.
I sent you another DM.
Okay, I'll check in just 1 second here.
Okay.
I got everything spread apart because I'm logged into Dad's thing on Discord here. I got to bring out my tablet.
To our YouTube family, we thank you so much for coming back. We enjoy your comments and the conversation that it stimulates. To our Facebook family, when this gets uploaded over to Facebook, we will be back live on Thursday on Facebook. So we will have our Facebook family and our YouTube family together live if everything works right. Didn't work right when YouTube told me that what day I was supposed to come back, but supposedly November 7th, which is Thursday, we're supposed to be able to go live. So on our next live show, let's hope everything goes right. We'll have both families here together with us. On that note, we love y'all. Thank you for participating. Thank you for giving us your time to listen, be involved, and be informed. We'll see y'all later.